Hello. I would say apologies for my appearance, but I don't really care. I'm doing my hair. It's drying, so I can have it nice for tomorrow because it's Sunday. Anyways, what I wanted to share with you guys is I was reading Fahrenheit 451, and no, I didn't read it in high school because it was during COVID time. It was a summer reading during COVID. I'm not reading that, obviously. However, really good book. I should have read it in high school. I would have loved it. Reading it now, and it got to, I'm still like in the beginning, like page 50, and it's the lead fireman, which like is the fireman in burn books. That's their whole thing. Is explaining kind of the history of how they got to this point. And it is too real and hits too close to home. And so I feel like I need to share it with you guys. So maybe, because it definitely spoke to me and kind of, a slight wake up call. I mean, I'll just read it and then we can discuss, okay? So, here we go. Are you, okay, we're ready. When did it all start, you ask, this job of ours? How did it come about? Where? When? And I'd say really got started around about a thing called the Civil War, even though a rule book claims it was founded earlier. The fact is we didn't get along well until photography came into its own. Then, motion pictures in the early 20th century, radio, television, things began to have mass. And because they had mass, they became simpler. Once, books appealed to a few people. Here, there, everywhere. They could afford to be different. The world was roomy. But then the world got full of eyes and elbows and mouths. Double, triple, quadruple population. Films and radios, magazines, books leveled down to sort of past pudding norm. Do you follow me? Picture it. 19th century man with his horse, dogs, camera slow motion. Then in the 20th century, speed up your camera. Books cut shorter. Condensations, digest, tabloids. Everything boils down to the gag, the snap ending. Classic cuts to fit 15-minute radio shows. Then cut again to fill the 2-minute book column, winding up at last as a 10 or 12-line dictionary resume. I exaggerate, of course. The dictionaries were for reference, but many were those whose sole knowledge of Hamlet, the title certainly, it is probably only a faint rumor of a title to you, whose sole knowledge, as I say, of Hamlet was a 1-page digest in a book that claimed, now at last you can read all the classics, keep up with your neighbors. Do you see? Out of the nursery, into the college, and back to the nursery. I love that line so much. There's your intellectual pattern for the past 5 centuries or more. Speed up the film. Quick. Click. Pick. Look. I. Now. Flick. Here. There. Swift. Pace. Up. Down. In. Out. Why. How. Who. What. Where. Bang. Smack. Wallop. Bing. Bang. Bong. Digest. Politics. 1 column. 2 sentences. A headline. Then, in midair, all vanishes. Whirl man's mind around about so fast under the pumping hands of publishers, exploiters, broadcasters, that the centrifuge flings of all unnecessary, time-wasting thought. Like, that's literally what's happening. And that's, like, see, the thing is, like, every time something new comes out, people are always like, oh, this is going to ruin the way we do things. Like, printing press came out. They were like, oh, everyone's going to read now. No one's going to work, whatever. And then, television, movies, books. We like, as humans, we like to experience these things outside of our lives. We like to listen to music. We like to do this and that. But the thing is, there's 2 sides to it. To me, I see it more as an art. When I listen to music, it's like you're appreciating an art form. When you watch a movie, you're appreciating the movie. I think the issue comes when you do it mindlessly, when you do it for the distraction's sake. And I think that that's what we're getting more and more used to nowadays. Just taking whatever in because it simply exists, because it is a distraction. We watch bad movies, we don't care because it's just there to entertain us, and they did. So that's all we do. And I think this acceptance of things getting worse, getting dumber, is really gonna affect us in the long run. Especially with the use of AI, bro. People can't write emails. If you can't write an email, maybe you shouldn't be in the business world or whatever you're doing. Maybe you should go back to elementary school. Kids are not learning how to fully write because they now can use AI in like 4th grade. That's insane. Anyways, this book hit too real, too quick. And it's a scary idea. And we just keep moving faster and faster. I mean, look at TikTok, bro. They literally predicted it. Now people watch movies 15 seconds at a time on TikTok. We gotta stop it. We gotta go back to the 90s. Let's rewind. Maybe like 2010s. Just before everything got too easier. We need to stop simplifying things. We need to just... And for what? And for what? Anyways, I hope you like that text as well. Have a great Sunday.